a friend of mine was telling me that some guys got terminated from this band that was like at the time kind of a hot, you know, black rock band, and you know, it was like, you know, of course, you know, who wasn't a Prince fan back then, man? And you know, when my friend told me about it, I was like, hey, and he's like, hey, man, I think I can get you the gig, man. You know,
which was
or at least the audition.
He's here. He's in the studio getting situated here. His name is Shel Riser from Sonnyboy, and we're gonna play something from Urban Misfit, and then he's gonna get situated and he's gonna perform. So all the listeners out there waiting for Shel Riser and Sonnyboy, they're in for a real special treat. Why don't we get into something right from Urban Misfit, Sonnyboy. This is Why You Wanna. Real cool intro to this one. All right, that is great music from Shel Riser, leader of Sonnyboy, the Sonnyboy CD, which is entitled Urban Misfit. And you know, after the journey from New York City, he is finally here, and we really appreciate it of Shel Riser stopping by the Upper Room with Joe Kelley and WVOF. So thanks to be here.
My pleasure.
And a lot of people excited that you're here. So cool. I guess Europe time over there, it's like, which you're going out on a tour. It's about 11 o'clock at night over there.
Yeah, I'm already on that time. So, I'm already on that time pretty much.
Yeah, you got to get set, right?
Yeah,
so you're going to be heading out to Europe for 2-3 months, right?
Yeah, it's a tour. Yeah. So I'm trying to gear up for it, and you know, a little bigger than the tour I did last time I was there. So this is gonna kind of be an interesting run, and we may be going out with Mallia Franklin from P-Funk.
Oh, the P-Funk crew, right?
Yeah. So
where's she based out of now?
She's in L.A. She's in L.A. Yeah.
Right.
So she's so far she's good to go on this tour. So this should be an interesting run.
So where exactly are you going to go?
I know so far we know definitely London, Germany, France, Austria, Croatia, Holland. So that's what I know so far.
So you can be doing things like this, radio. And
a lot of radio
TV.
and a lot of TV. In fact, I think we're filming a video for one of the songs of the album.
You have a preference? Which one?
Or
do they have a preference?
You know, they kind of put it out there, and they said, well, you know, what are you feeling comfortable? It's kind of a nice. It was actually a distribution deal that's kind of like moving its way into, you know, just a production deal on this album, and just kind of getting, you know, pushing this single,
right.
You know, off an album, and just helping the tour move a little more. So we're kind of, you know, we're just kind of like seeing it, because I wasn't really into the whole record label thing. I did pretty okay, you know, on my own, and I'm comfortable, you know. So it's like
they keep on doing it like that.
Yeah, you know.
Do you see they do things differently in the music business than what they're doing out here, or is it still messed up everywhere?
It's just messed up everywhere, you know. It's really, the industry has changed quite a bit, you know, and it's like, you know, a lot of people are kind of just, you know, experimenting with different things, you know, doing things kind of like tapping into that idea that you could just, you know, do maybe a one album run with someone, and, you know, an in and out type thing. You don't have to really, you know, be tying people up for, you know, 5, 6, 7 albums at a time, you know.
Right.
You know.
So our guest right now is Shel Riser, originally out of the Midwest, and we have jump-started the Minneapolis Music Month here. So we'll talk a little later about his connections to the Minneapolis music scene, which are pretty strong. And you're based out of New York City now, and he's got his guitar, and we feature a lot of bands coming in to play live. And this is going to be a real treat, because Shel Riser from Sonnyboy is here, and he's going to perform. So what do you got ready for today?
Let's see. Do one of the songs off Urban Misfit.
Okay.
Leaving.
It's all you?
Yeah.
All right.
baby, I've been thinking, you and me, baby, things been changing, breaking up and making up. Baby, I can't seem to remember, never know what your thing is. Every day we rearrange it, working this out, breaking this out. Baby, I can't seem to remember. Oh, baby, I've been seeing you cry. Oh, baby, yeah, yeah. I've been wondering why. Baby, 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 I know you're leaving me. So I know I've been wrong, yeah, yeah. Push you away from me. Sunday morning, called you on the phone, baby. Monday morning, did not find you home, lady. See, you made up your mind. Baby, why can't we just try to work this out? Told myself we can't just let this go, lady. And every day I'm praying you ain't leaving me. See, you made up your mind. Baby, why can't we just try to work this out? Ooh, baby, I've been seeing you cry. Ooh, baby, 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 now I've been wondering why. Oh, no, baby, 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 I know you're leaving me. Say, I know I've been wrong, yeah, yeah. Push you away from me, yeah. Baby, 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 oh yeah, I know you're leaving me. 'Cause I know I've been wrong, push you away from me. Yeah. Push you away from me, yeah. Baby, 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 oh, I know you'll leave me, yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I know I've been wrong, push you away from me, yeah.
All right, that is Shel Riser from Sonnyboy performing live. No sound check for the brother. He comes in and rips it like that. Sounded great.
You don't get sound checks in New York, man.
Right. Yeah, you just go in and
you just plug in and go, man.
Yeah.
Bad sound and all.
Right. So you know, you spoke. You're based out in New York right now, and how you liking it as a musician in New York City?
New York it teaches you, you know, I mean, it's some bad cats in New York, so you got to get on your P's and Q's, man. I mean, New York is a rough town for musicians because it's very competitive, So it really teaches you to just get on your game, and so, I mean, there's good aspects to it, and I guess you could say some of the bad aspects of every music scene, I guess.
Right.
But you just take it in stride, man.
How about we should give our listeners some background that are out there. You grew up in the Midwest. Where were you born exactly?
Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then
country boy.
Then you migrated up north to
Milwaukee.
Right.
And then Minneapolis.
Talk about Minneapolis. What made you move over to the Twin Cities?
Well, I got a friend of mine was telling me that some guys got terminated from this band that was like at the time kind of a friend of mine was telling me that some guys got terminated from this band that was like at the time kind of a hot black rock band, and it was like, of course, who wasn't a Prince fan back then, man? And when my friend told me about it, I was like, hey, and he's like, hey, man, I think I can get you the gig, man.
Right. Which was,
or at least I auditioned Mazarati.
Oh, okay.
And then so I just like dropped. I was like my second year of college,
Right.
man. So I dropped and took off and auditioned, and that was it, man. And I was given like a week to learn like 35 songs.
Was that what? Who was singing lead? Sir Terry Casey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Terry Casey was singing
right.
lead then, and it was like pretty much the end of the group.
Yeah. So what
at
happened?
that point.
Did you guys lay down a record? Because I know there was a second.
They did.
record,
I
right?
was just a hired hand at
Right,
the time,
right.
and they laid down a record. They wound up signing with Motown, and there was a new album, and just there was so much turmoil at the time, man. It was like
that was back in the late '80s.
That was like early '90s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you work with Brown Mark, right?
It was pretty much Craig.
Craig
and,
Rice, right?
Yeah, Craig Rice, and
right.
so he had his hand in it at that time, and it was still Mark Brown's thing, but I don't know if as much attention was being paid to it as
Kind of in the waning days. Right?
Yeah, it was kind of on its way, on its last legs.
So did you do get live gigs with the band on Minneapolis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What were some of the places that you played out there?
We did Stillwater. We did Detroit, Milwaukee, Chicago. So we did some pretty.
So are you still in contact with that crew, or
some of them?
Yeah.
Some of them I talk to every once in a while. You get to holler at Screamer every once in a while, the guitars, and a few people that wound up getting hired in the group and did some of the production work, like Morris Hayes.
Oh yeah, keyboards, right?
Playing keys, or was playing keys for Prince for a while. So
now with Maceo.
Now he's with Maceo working.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the band Mazarati is no more, and you're out in Minnesota.
I'm out in Minnesota. Don't know what to do.
Left Wisconsin, comfort back there, and take us to the next step. What you did out there?
I was just kind of like. I was kind of left like, what am I going to do now? I mean, this is over,
Right.
So I wound up meeting Mallia Franklin. And, if for you, that don't know about Mallia, she was one of the main, factors to P-Funk. She was the person that introduced George Clinton to Bootsy Collins. So, and she's just like the woman in that whole environment that everybody knows. She kind of glued things together. She sung a lot of backup vocals, she does like a lot of Snoop Dogg stuff right now. And so she basically gave me an audition. The first audition, she was like, I'm not interested.
This was out in Minnesota?
This was in Minnesota, yeah. So and I mean, of course, man, she had the band she had like Sonny Thompson playing guitar or playing bass. She had, Tom West playing keys, and Tom West is like one of the most brilliant keyboardists, you know. And so I was auditioning as a keyboard player, you know. So she had this like brilliant band, you know. There's no way I was like, why am I even in this room, man? These guys, like, what this kid doing here, man? So, you know, she winds up giving me a second audition, and decided to go ahead and hire me. So, I mean, it was like boot camp, man. It was like, oh yeah, man.
She's a tough band leader, yeah.
She is no joke, man. And I believe that's if I have to say, you know, in terms of music education, I think that's where my music education came from. So it like, you know, so like doing this tour with her is going to be, you know, so nice, because it's like I'm actually feeling like I'm giving back something back to her, because, you know, she's in LA working, but she's not touring, and I think she should be. She's like the funk Aretha Franklin, you know?
And she should be out. Yeah, that's good that, you know, you guys put it together. That
I had to do it, you know.
Right.
She basically put me on point, you know.
So you started working with her out in Minnesota. Got past the second audition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of band did you guys have out there with her?
She had she had like Little Roger Troutman's son, a lot of P-Funk guys were playing with her, and so, you know, I was around a lot of brilliant cats, like, you know, just, I mean, you know, rehearsals were tense.
And Sonny Thompson could switch off on both bass guitar, right? Yeah.
I mean, Sonny Thompson pretty much could switch off on anything. It was like, when Sonny came in, it was like, just decide what you want to play, man. You know, you were hoping he didn't decide your instrument, because your job was gone. So, and
you know, then you started thinking about your own stuff around that time, or
after that, I had did like 3 years or so with Mallia, and it was like, well, okay, you know, I think it's kind of time for me to, you know, try this on my own, and she actually encouraged it somewhat. You know, she's like, well, you know, you've been able to handle yourself here. I mean, maybe you should, you know. So, you know, I should try a band, you know, and I did. And the first band that I did was, you know, it was pretty okay, and, you know, enough that we were getting pretty good reviews in terms of, you know, good shows, and, you know, it was, you know, pretty respected. So all of a sudden, you know, I started realizing, okay, all right. You know, after that band disbanded, I was like, well, okay, you know, let me try it again with some guys, and I wound up recording a 5-song demo.
Right.
That really kind of sparked some interest in with the whole Flight Time people. So now I recorded this stuff, and I was just recording it on just like, you know, let me see if I could actually use the equipment I had. You know, so they dug it, man, and you know, and people started digging it, and some musicians that I knew kind of said, hey, man, why don't we just put something together on this? And that kind of evolved in us to the first like version of Sonnyboy.
So who was in that first version of the band, Sonnyboy?
Oh, Ray Coleman, Joe Johnson, Kevin Washington, Trey Cosby, oh boy, man, who else did we have kind of going on there? Terry, what is Terry's last name? Why am I being zoning out now? But yeah, it was a pretty much a you know, 5-6 piece band. You know, sometimes we would use a 2-piece horn section, but that band was nominated in you know, Minneapolis for like the best unsigned, you know, act.
Yeah,
in Rolling Stone magazine.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So I mean, we were kicking some butt there.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's you know, being out with the band, starting out in Minnesota, and did you guys? How was the music scene back then when you guys were first cutting your teeth with that band?
You know, it was just more. There were more venues. People seemed to be more accepting of live bands coming from people of color. You know, it just seemed to be. You know, the thing that I mean, it wasn't a lot of live bands, but those that existed. I mean, because at that time, you know, you had the brand new heavies, you had Tony, you had Mint Condition,
Right.
you know. So there were a few bands, and those few bands that they were really good bands. So, you know, it was worth going out and seeing them. And I mean, of course, there were just tons more, and you still had some people in Minnesota, some bands in Minnesota. Because when I first got to Minnesota, I could tell you, man, the music scene was off the hook. And I mean, you know, we're talking like there was bands.
And that's what drew you there, right?
I mean, that's what drew me there. It was like a music scene. It was like, you know, I mean, when you have that kind of environment, it really causes you to really get into your art and get into what you do and really try to make, you know. So, I mean, if they ever, I mean, God, if someone ever really, like, did a story on that scene at that time, it'd be really, if they told the truth, it'd be really interesting because it just was a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Just a mix of funk and rock and
all
different colors. Yeah.
Folk and funk.
Yeah.
I mean, people were just kind of experimenting, and it was beautiful. And I think it still exists, but it's kind of spread out now. You know, I think it's still here.
I know when Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis uproot and go to L.A.
Yeah.
So you know, I mean, they were cornerstones. I guess they still. Do you still keep in touch with Flight Time people, or?
I talk to some people.
Right.
You know, talk to Stokley from Mint Condition, and
he's on that Esther Godinez record there. Yeah,
he's bad brother, man.
Yeah. So you know what? We should say hello to some folks who are really hyped up that you're appearing here. Cookie Holly from Bump and Grind Records.
What's up, Cookie? That's my girl right there.
Yeah. She's been real supportive of your music, and she's got a great mailing list too. So and also Funky Girl from France.
Yeah, she's
she said hello from France, and Ron B. Smooth. I don't know if you know him, but he said hello.
Tell him I said one love, man.
Yeah. So you know, I always get a big request from like Collard Greens off of Urban Misfit.
That's funny because that's the one they're thinking about the single.
Oh, really?
Doing a video on.
Oh, okay. Did you want me to? I'll play it off the record.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. And if you just tuned in, my guest is Shel Riser, leader of the band Sonnyboy, based out in New York City. And we'll talk about, you got something coming up this week in New York, so we can talk about that. Still on?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got plenty of time. He's got time. He's finally in the house. Shel Riser from Sonnyboy. This is WVOF.
I'm keep it funky like it's collard greens.
Right, that's off Sonnyboy's CD, Urban Misfit. And that is called Like Collard Greens. Your favorite vegetable? No? Or just like the way it sounds on song,
hey,
right?
you gotta eat my mother's.
Oh, okay. She's got the best. I had some at SOB's a couple months ago. Not bad over there. Yeah.
It's not bad. Not bad.
But nothing like mom's cooking.
Not Louisiana, though.
Yeah. When do you get back home in Louisiana?
You know, this is my plan is, you know, it's funny because every time I want to do, you know, like a little run down south, I get tied up with something. And, like, I wanted to do something in the fall. Mm-hmm. But what's seeming to happen here, man, is, like, there's just some pending stuff. I don't want to really say now because it's, like, you know, pending. But I'm going to try to, after I start working on this next album, I'm just going to try to take a break. And then my break is going to be specifically to go down south and just do Atlanta and, you know, South Carolina and just,
well, what part of Louisiana are you from?
Monroe.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like
you celebrate
the top of the top of the boot.
Right. So you get into Mardi Gras celebration at all, or not?
Yeah, not really. Not really, but yeah. You know, like I'll go. I haven't been in years.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been in years, but
yeah. I gotta get a plug-in from a good Mardi Gras party, which is not Tuesday, but Friday night at Amberjacks in South Norwalk. Mystic Bowie and the Pallbearers will be over there throwing down. So if you get a chance to see them Friday night, they put on a great show at Amberjacks, Mystic Bowie and the Pallbearers. Sonnyboy is here, and I want to say hello to the MPGMusicClub.com, Prince.org, Housequake.com, and also Bump and Grind Records.
Bump and Grind. All of those loving funksters out there, because they
Yeah.
They keeping this alive, man.
And also the funkstore.com.
Yep.
Do some great Bob's over there.
Bob
right?
Davis, Soul Patrol.
Soul Patrol. That's Mike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of those guys, so it's an interesting family that's building up here.
Yeah.
I got a feeling that it's going to turn into a little funk revolution here pretty soon.
Because I wanted to talk about that because you were in the heart of what people know as funk and rock mixed together, Minneapolis, and seeing such great music. What happened to make it turn and funk got pushed to the wayside, and now it's a lot of effort to get it back?
Oh man, I think we're gonna need this time for that.
Right.
Well, a few things. Economics. Just I think people's inability to really maintain a group, because what happens is when the industry changes, everything that works accordingly to the industry changes as well. So when you have a group like Mint Condition that says, okay, you know what, the record label isn't treating us right. Okay, we want to go tour. Well, okay, you want to go tour, but you don't have the budget to go tour because nobody wants to, clubs aren't paying you what you need to be paid to actually do a tour. And nobody wants to have to promote and spend, money promoting something. They'd rather everybody, they want the easy road. So it's a number of issues, and it's not, I guess there's not one answer to that question. I wish I could give you one, because man, it'd make it easier for us to fix it, but it's a number of things. And I think that as difficult as it is, the people who still want to be in this business on the level of actually writing, producing, and being, one thing that Minneapolis was known for is that, you had a lot of people that were like, self-contained artists who could, groups who could produce and actually manufacture their own product. So I think the era of that is actually returning, and it's coming back, but it's coming back in a different way. And I think we just got to kind of be patient with change and just kind of make sure that, you stay on top of what you're doing, and just, keep your mind, your ear to the game out here, because that's exactly what it is, because it's just changing and metamorphosizing into something that, might actually work better for you.
So you talked about being self-contained and songwriting and everything. You could play just about anything on this planet, right? Musically, and on this record, you exemplify being kind of a one-man show in a lot of the songs. And talk a little bit about first gravitating towards music and progressing to where you are today. So what got you interested?
Minneapolis. I couldn't just say I was a keyboard player.
Right.
Mallia wouldn't stand for that. She said, I sang in church. I grew up playing organ, and I kind of dabbled, playing guitar, and I was like, well, okay, And Mal just wouldn't have it. I lived with her for like, a year and a half to 2 years, and she was like, no.
Right.
You play, you sing, this is what you do it, and it was kind of cool, man, because, and then along with the fact that, most musicians in Minneapolis, that's what they did. You could go to any of those guys and they probably, Jellybean Johnson from the time is not only a phenomenal drummer, but he's an excellent guitarist.
Yeah, we got his, a little plug, we got a CD right here that he produced.
He's just a phenomenal guitarist. Of course, everybody knows, the musician that Prince is, but, there's tons of other guys out there that were like that. It was just kind of like if you wanted to keep working, and I think maybe it was kind of like this, in Minneapolis, it wasn't working as a musician wasn't like working as a musician in New York. Like, if you were a piano player in New York, of course, you could probably make enough of a living for yourself if you got into the right situation, you know.
Right.
Minneapolis wasn't like that, you know. Of course, you know, if you got called for a piano, if I get called for a piano session, then I go do a piano session, you know. If I got called for a guitar session, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, I don't play guitar. You know, that you didn't want to lose that kind of work, so you pick the guitar up and you learn to play it.
Right.
You know, so I mean, and I couldn't afford to pay musicians to come in and do sessions for me. It just was too much, you know. So, you know, you took the time out and learned how to play the instrument.
So if you're just listening in, Sonnyboy, well, that's the band, but Shel Riser is the leader of the band, and still get people calling you Sonnyboy all the time?
People always say that. It's
right,
cool
right.
now. I'm cool with it.
Where'd the name come from, actually?
My grandmother used to call me that.
Okay.
So
it's kind of like a nickname, right? Yeah. You can go to sonny-boy.com, and is that the best place to get the CD, or CD Street?
Funk Store,
right,
CD
funkstore.com.
Baby, and if you're in Europe, pretty soon it'll be in a store
you're
near
gonna be doing
you.
the tour in Europe and
It'll be in a
hanging
store
out
near
there
you.
and rolling out the red carpet out there for you.
Hopefully.
right. So, you know, if people go to your website, you've been gigging a lot of shows around this area, and upcoming, you have something going on the 26th.
It's actually a benefit show.
Benefit show,
it's AIDS benefit show.
Where's this located?
It's at it's a hospital in Brooklyn, just kind of a hospital for patients, and you know.
So you're going to be performing
to do it. Yeah, just doing an acoustic.
Oh, okay.
Gig. So you know, anyone that wants to come down and help me
help a great cause, right?
Help me help this cause. You know, you're welcome to do that.
And you can go to sonny-boy.com for all the information.
And I really suggest that all of you do something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's necessary these days. You know,
to help out, right?
To help out in any way.
Right.
I don't care if it's just, you know, helping somebody go do their groceries or something like that. But, you know,
well, that's a good spirit you got there.
Yeah. Well, what you ain't got, you don't have anything else, man.
That's right.
Nothing else matters, man. Really.
How about also you're heading out to L.A. You doing a show out there?
Yeah.
When is that?
Bar.
Temple Bar.
March 26th.
March 26th.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the Temple Bar. It's what is it? Somewhere in LA.
right. So you got fans out there. I noticed Real Soul. They're digging your vibe.
Yeah.
They're out in LA.
Yeah.
Did you see them when they played in New York?
You know, I was stuck at a session, and I thought that they were actually going to be the headlining group, so I could catch them last.
Right.
So I'm stuck in a session. This person already paid me for the session, so I couldn't get out of the session, and and this person needed to have it done. So I missed them, but I saw them when I was in LA.
Okay, right.
And they're great.
Yeah, we went to see them play at. We went to the Ninny Factory show.
Yeah.
And then Every Anything was on after.
Yeah. They're great too.
Yeah, we didn't. You know, we're the opposite. We couldn't catch Every Anything. We went over to see Days of Wild.
Oh, okay,
that night, so we were kind of committed to two different places. But I heard Every Anything's great too.
Yeah. There's some great music out here. I mean, I
guess this is good to talk about. You know, you're out in Minneapolis. What makes you take the chance to jump into this crazy world in New York? Music. Yeah.
I had a proposition from a A&R person.
Okay.
And at the time, it was like, well, okay, look, you know, we like your album, and you know, why don't you come out to New York? I can, you know, see if I can make some things happen, and you know, and of course, you know, Minneapolis was everything was slowing down, and you know, clubs were getting a little harder to get into, or to keep working. It wasn't hard to get into them, but it was hard to, you know, keep it consistent. And so I was like, well, okay, you know what? Let me start making some moves and see where I can, you know, place myself and in this environment, you know. I mean, it's one thing to be working in a small pond. It's another thing to get in the ocean and see if you can swim, you know. So of course, you know, I really could care less, so I jumped in the ocean and sink or swim, man.
and you work with a lot of different cats with Sonnyboy, right?
Yeah.
Is that who's ever available or different?
I've had some really brilliant cats, man.
Right.
I've you know, I'm using some really great. I can't even begin to go through the list of musicians,
alumni,
but
right?
the alumni of musicians that I've used. But I could tell you the group that I'm going to be in Europe with is probably one of my favorite groups to play with. They're just
Who's going out with you?
they're Suriname, but they're from Amsterdam.
Okay.
They live in Amsterdam, and they're Drayton brothers.
Okay.
And sister, I should say. Sorry, Abby. And they're just some brilliant musicians. It's almost like I'm just in music heaven when I'm playing with them. They really make you play, and so I really enjoy playing with them.
And they dig your CD,
and
right?
they dig my music. So it's like it's like this family of musicians that I hooked up with that are just like bringing some new elements to what's already been done. So it's kind of cool.
So that tour should start about May, right?
I get 2 weeks
Uh-huh.
in Amsterdam to rehearse.
Okay.
And then we hit the road right after that. But they're the same group I used when the last time I was in Europe. So
So you're comfortable with them?
I'm comfortable, yeah.
This is Shel Riser here today. He's going to be with us until 8 o'clock. Don't forget, coming up at 8 o'clock, Cave's Castle until 10 o'clock this evening. And next week, the official start of the Minneapolis Music Special here for March, we have Jake Schachter from Semisonic coming in, and Derek Kelly from WNPNY. And probably a bunch of people you're associated with down the road going to be here. And just go to upperroomwithjoekelley.com. You want to play something, or you want to go off something with the CD?
Well, we could.
I'll leave it up to the guest. He's ready to play, I think.
Well, what I'll do is something from Love Child, which I don't know if you have that album.
No,
Oh, I brought one for you.
Oh, see, thanks to bring some gifts, right?
This is one of the kind of ballads. It's not I guess mid-tempo ballad off of Love Child, the album before Herb and Misfit.
All right. This is Shel Riser of Sonnyboy.
Where were you yesterday when the man took another brother away? Where were you yesterday when mama cried tears in vain? Do you know what it is? Yeah. Makes a man break down and cry. Do you know what it is? Makes a man beg for a dime. Well, see, it ain't too cool looking out the window at another sad heart. Where were you yesterday? When love wasn't good enough. Where were you yesterday? When envy was our biggest drug. Do you know what it is? Makes a man beg for a dime. Ain't done nothing. You ain't done nothing. Make a better place for the world to be. Ain't done nothing. You ain't done nothing. Make a better place for the world to nothing. You ain't done nothing, yeah. yeah, 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 yeah. Done nothing, you ain't done nothing, yeah, to make a better place for the world to be in, yeah. Well, it ain't too cool looking out the window at another side.
Ever wonder how batteries create power?
All right, this is WVOF 88.5 in Fairfield, Connecticut. Our phone line's 203-254-4111. We have Shel Riser from Sonnyboy. Just we're taking a short break, and I hope you've been enjoying the performance live in the studio as we do it here on the Upper Room with Joe Kelley concert series. And also, next Monday, the official kickoff to the Minneapolis Music Month in March, and we're going to listen to some more music from Sonnyboy, Urban Misfit. This is entitled Devils Get You High. All right, that is music from Sonnyboy, Urban Misfit, and Shel Riser, the leader of the band, has been kind enough to come down or up from New York, and things in New York. We talked about performing, no sound checks, and you said you don't get sound checks in New York.
No, man.
You play a lot of clubs there. Do you have any clubs that are just every time you go there it's a nice experience?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you, man. My favorite club that I've played in New York has probably been SOB's. SOB's just has its vibe going on, man. I mean, you gotta.
Yeah, it's a nice stage.
It's just a nice stage. It's
right.
just everything is
a little
cool.
sophisticated, right?
Yeah. It's got a vibe to it, man. Yeah.
But I've seen some clubs there. I'm sure maybe even played at in the Village, and you go there and you got your 40 minutes, and then you got to shuffle off stage.
Yeah. You got to do that, man.
but I will say this, and this is honest. My wife and I, who G to So co-host the program, we say this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, New York musicians, when we go there, just incredible. Real friendly and. Give me the shout outs at the shows and stuff.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. I don't know why. You'd think New York City's a tough city, people wise, but I found it totally different.
Well, I mean, New York is like, if you really think about what New York is like, a lot of migrants. So
everybody's struggling together, right?
Yeah, or everybody is from somewhere else, they're like, they're from Minnesota or, Canada or where,
right.
they're just coming there trying to do their art and getting around people that, that's doing their art. So,
That's not a knock on Connecticut, because there's a lot of love here.
There's a lot of love. Oh, no.
Yeah, but I just found that, it's almost sometimes like a little, you're at a show and they're like calling you out. Days of Wild we went to see, and they wanted me to sing a song.
Oh, yeah.
Lead a song with them, and yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is.
I told them I got to rehearse with them. Yeah. So tell us some of the venues you played in New York.
Good, okay.
I saw Joe's Pub on there, right?
SOB's, Joe's Pub.
Mm-hmm. How about the Bitter End?
You know what? I've never done the Bitter End.
Okay.
Never done Bitter End. And I was supposed to, and I wound up having to kind of postpone that gig. But I did Lions Den. I played Webster Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, where else have I been? And every little pub, like
in between,
Stinger
right?
Club,
Yeah.
I mean, small clubs are starting to be the trend right now. Less hassle, less battle to get a a decent night where you can get decent promotion, and it's less hassle. So a lot of guys, good bands, are doing these little pubs and little taverns, which is, for me, it's cool. I love that, man. I love that. Yeah, man. Just show up with your guitar and a drummer, and for me, a organ player, and bass player, and let's go.
So today you have your guitar and of course your great voice. How about guitar? What'd you bring today? What kind of guitar?
Oh, I just brought my Ibanez, my acoustic. Yeah.
And it sounded real nice. What other instruments do you play?
I'm a piano player. That's my main instrument. I'm a piano player.
You write most of your songs on the piano?
Depends.
Right.
Really
depends. Yeah.
Really.
And you dabble with bass too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
nowhere near the bass player I want to be, but
No.
we're working.
Is there an instrument? Is that the instrument you want to really get down tight? Say I could play this with anybody, or do you have another
I
instrument?
just, you know, if I think about the musician that I want to be, I think about a guy like Sonny Thompson because, you know, again, you know, this guy taught Prince, you know.
Yeah, and Prince gives him credit.
Yeah, he's just one of the most brilliant musicians that I mean, you know, the guy sits down at anything and he's just so, I mean, you swear that's his instrument, you know, and he's just so proficient on everything, you know.
So were you out in the Twin Cities? I guess you were out there when Sonny and Michael Bland got together with Prince, the MPG,
yeah.
Sons of Almighty, their later release,
So, yeah, it's pretty sick.
Right.
Duo, man.
Oh, yeah. And you know who came in the studio to play here? Who's on their project, Sons of Almighty? Jeff Lee Johnson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did a trio thing in here.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah,
that was,
he's a bad boy, man.
Yeah, I just, you know, it's like when you're playing and him, I got the headphones on. I'm like, whoa, this, you know, I'm pretty lucky to have cats like you guys on.
No, man, we're pretty lucky to have you just, you know, giving us the love out here, man. That's, you know.
No, I'm just doing radio that, you know, I love having you guys in the music. So,
well,
yeah.
You know.
I know how tough it is, too, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, just as long as we could keep the family of this happening, man, and people, you know, really just trying to really hear the music, and you know, we'll keep it coming, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
And you're going to be real busy. Nice to be a working musician.
Ha.
Yeah. But you're going out to Europe, and a lot of people out in Europe, they're intense about the music.
Oh yes.
I mean, they go a few months without seeing groups tour out there. They start making noise.
You know, you talk to people on a Friday night in Europe. It's funny, man, because, you know, what I do is like Amsterdam is like my home. I love my home away from home, you know.
Right.
And when you talk to people out, they're like, on a Friday night, it's like, or, you know, Thursday night, you know, it's like, where are you getting ready to go do, you know. They're going somewhere and they're going to either listen to some music or look at someone perform. Right. There's just that vibe there.
So they don't sit at home watching TV? No.
I don't really, you know, find a lot of people watching television there, you know, or at least, you know, the people I've run into, you know, they're just not really into television. They're, you know, they're kind of like into these group things. It's kind of really interesting, man. And so, you know, you get a group of people that'll go see a concert. You know, they make plans. Oh, yeah, you know, such and such is coming. Let's go see, you know, Angie Stone, or let's go see, you know, whoever, you know, that's just in town, you know. And it's really, they really got a vibe for live music there.
So if you could find a place to reside out there, have a second home, it'd be out in Amsterdam?
Well, I have my dream, man.
What's that?
My dream is a boat and live on the canal.
Oh, wow.
Ah, yes.
So that's after the next record gets made, right?
Yeah. After I sell the next album.
Right. Yeah. So you can go to Shel Riser's website, sonny-boy.com, Urban Misfit, and a lot of people, you know, I got to make mention, DJ Dollar Bill just called in from upwards in Canada. And he's working the clubs out there, DJing. Loves your record.
Man, this guy hooked me up, man. He's like the coolest. I got nothing but love for him, and I'm coming up to Canada, man. So, you know, we're gonna hang. I know I emailed you that and told you that, but I'm definitely coming up, just even to visit, man, so I can hang out with you, because he's the guy that helped me with this agent, and. It's like I said, you know, it's kind of this family thing now. You know, everybody's kind of passing the love on and saying, hey, you know, I know this person that does this, and, you know, so I'm winding up with this, you know, fantastic agent, and, you know, from a DJ that just happens to know the guy, you know.
Just loves your music.
Yeah.
So much love to Dollar Bill up there in Canada, just over the border from Buffalo. Yeah. And Shel Riser is here. And you can go to our website, upperroomwithjoekelley.com, for the 24-hour broadcast. And we'll be re-airing this interview for 3-4 days up there, and have a nice picture of you with a link to your site.
Great.
There's one up there right now, but we'll get another one that they can get refreshed in March for that.
Yeah.
Let's see. You play live on the guitar. You come to the studio with the guitar and singing.
Well, I would have brought piano, man.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're gonna do it next time. That's why we got plans for the next one.
Next time.
And it's that vibe is great and totally different from Urban Misfit for the most part.
Yeah.
Switching in between, like song wise, playing acoustic guitar. There's some songs that you wouldn't just trust with the guitar and the voice off the record.
I try to make sure that the songs are able to be, you can play those songs acoustically. I try to, because you never know what position you're going to be in, and I just try to stay away from tricks and and just stay organic with what I do. So it's almost like I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and she's talking about all the new singers that are out, and all the digital equipment that you can like modify your vocals and this and that. And I was like, I just like the day where you could hear if a singer isn't feeling well, or they did a good show, or they didn't, it doesn't have to be perfect all the time for me, maybe it's an old school thing, but I just really believe in just the rawness of, you could go back and listen to some of that old Sly and the Family Stone stuff, and man, you wondering, whoa, were they having the music is just kicking, man. Yeah. And you're like, what key were they singing? And,
you can't date that music.
You can't date that music. It was just live, and it was, there was an energy behind it, so I like that. I like that vibe,
And you spoke of the forefathers of music before you, but how about yourself growing up? You remember the first show you ever been to? Going to a concert?
The first show, I tell you, man, I went to see Stevie Wonder.
That's my first concert too. What tour?
What tour?
Mine was Hotter Than July.
No, I went to see, what tour was that? My dad is a DJ.
Oh, okay.
So he took me to, I forget what tour it was.
Right.
But I was really amazed.
Right.
I was just like, that did it. I knew what I was going to do for the rest of my life. That was it. Stevie, man, I seen people in the audience. If there never was a time or a moment where you seen that music had the power to just bring people together. Stevie started singing, I think it was Love Is in Need of Love.
Right.
And just to see people crying, just the tears coming from, white, black, Latino, everybody, and these people, and I think part of the show, he's like, asking people to hold hands, and and then just to see people in the whole color line just kind of just fade away just for a moment, that was a lot of power. That was it was beautiful, and I just was like, wow, man. Yeah, these people can all feel what this guy is giving them. This emotion. Everybody's been here. Everybody knows this emotion. And guess what? You know what? It doesn't matter what color you are. It didn't matter where you came from. This emotion, and it's a human emotion.
Yeah, he definitely had it.
It's beautiful, man.
Gil Scott-Heron opened up the show I went to. I was only like 15 or 16, and just like I had third row from the top. So we bought our tickets the day of the show, but. Yeah, I can just remember it being a long, great concert.
Yeah.
He's got a tour more often.
Yeah, man. I think he's been doing little stuff, but I always say I was born in the wrong time. Period. I was totally.
You would have loved to be during the P-Funk prime and stuff like. What bands would you have loved to see that you never saw at their prime?
I never got to see Sly.
Yeah,
I would have loved to see Sly.
I got to tell you an embarrassing little story. Not Sly and the Family Stone, but I was in the house with Sly's Stone concert back when I was younger. It was Sly touring by himself in New Haven. Bobby Womack and another lady, I forget her name, but he just showed up late. And back then I didn't appreciate who Sly Stone was, and I left early. I didn't even see Sly.
Oh, yeah.
And here I am today. I said I could have seen him at probably one of his last moments on stage but oh well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm kicking myself for that.
Wow. I was about to say, did he show up?
I don't know if I think he showed up, but it was a really short set.
Yeah. yes. Well, you know, it's like that period of time, man, and that just the music and the energy in the music at that period was just beautiful, man. So I honestly, you know, hope that we can return to that. I'm trying to.
Right.
I'm certainly trying to do it with what I'm doing. And
was he a big influence on the keys for you?
You know, Billy Preston was my.
Oh, okay.
I loved Billy Preston.
Right.
I mean, he was just like, to me, he was just so rounded in terms of what type of organ and piano player he was, and I just really to do the stuff he did for the Beatles, and then, you know, his own stuff and the gospel stuff he did. I was just, and then, you know, the organ player that was in my church I grew up in, and that's actually how I learned to play.
Okay, through church, right?
Yeah.
Well, what was the church you grew up going to?
Park Lawn First Baptist Church in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Still there?
Still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go back and play once in a while?
No, not as much as I probably should.
Right.
But my mom, you know, at the time living in her house, it was like, you either play for the church or you live on the street. Which one?
Yeah. my mom gave me the ultimatum. You better go to church on Sunday, or, you know, you better find a better place to live.
Yeah, basically, that's how it was for me.
Right.
Yeah. You know, I'll tell you a weird story. The organ player at the church, how it went down was, I was watching him. I was always amazed at him playing, because he would play with his feet. He'd play, you know, play bass with his feet, and I was just like, wow, man, this dude is, you know, covering everything, you know. So, so one day he just calls me over and he starts teaching me, you know, the songs. So this went on for like a couple of years, you know, and I'd already kind of dabbled playing piano, you know, so I knew, you know, I knew how to cover myself with chords and this and that. So, you know, pretty soon I started knowing all the songs, because they had their songs that they would play during, you know, and I basically learned them all.
Right.
And the guy quit, man. And my mother wound up telling me, well, baby, you know, he quit, so you're going to have to, you know, fill in until, you know, somebody else. And nobody else ever played. I wound up playing for, you know, years. So that's basically
how it started,
That's
right?
how it started, so.
Yeah. How about for keys, you know, if you could walk into a place and they said ahead of time, just name what you want here, what would you request for keys or piano or organ?
A Wurlitzer and a B3, baby.
You're all set, right?
And then Rhodes piano. Those are my three.
Right.
Yeah.
So right now we'll make it official. This is WVOF 88.5 in Fairfield, Connecticut. Joe Kelley here with the Upper Room until 8 o'clock this evening. And my special guest thus far, Shel Riser from Sonnyboy. And pleasure to have you.
Hey,
I know we were hanging out about a year ago.
Yeah.
Sorry, at the Time Show.
Yeah.
BB King's.
Yeah.
Dressing room's too small there, right?
Yeah, man. God, it was
yeah. Right. I was amazed, you know.
Yeah.
Like
it was a good show, though.
Yeah, they always put on a great show, right? Yeah. So they're still doing their thing, and they'll be in Connecticut March 12th at the Mohegan Sun Casino.
I think I might have to check that out.
I think I'm going to go up too. So, yeah. That's at the Wolf Den. It's a free show for everybody if they want to come out. And I guess they do their once-a-year thing here.
Yeah.
And how about, you know, talking about the Minneapolis, I'm sure you're well aware Prince is going in the Hall of Fame March 15th.
Well-deserved.
Yeah. So have you seen Prince live a lot in concert?
I would see him almost, you know, every other weekend when he'd play at, at Paisley Park.
Right.
So, you know, it was like, you know, you just got to.
It's like, okay, we're going out there. Yeah.
You go out
well, what's it like at Paisley Park back then? What was the vibe and, you know, the studios? Did you get a chance to see the studios?
Yeah, they're. I mean, it's state of the art, man. It's one of the most beautiful recording studios that I've ever seen. I can tell you, it's just very comfortable. I mean, if I could afford to record there, I would. But it's just really nice. I mean, he really has a place that is built around the idea of creating music. You know.
So he must be getting a little old, because he is rehearsing his band out in L.A. these days.
Yeah.
We just had Greg Boyer on from the Horns.
Oh, yeah.
MPG, and he said, they've been out 8 to 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
Rehearsing for this upcoming tour. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Some good stuff's getting ready to happen coming from.
Yeah. I guess he's got a press conference tomorrow and
from the
out in L.A. Yeah. So
from
look out.
Man.
Yeah. You still a big fan, Prince?
Of course, man.
Oh,
How
yeah.
could you not be a fan of Prince, man?
That's the stupidest question I asked you, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Right. So they will be having also appearance on the Tonight Show Thursday, and Sonnyboy will be having a benefit show at a hospital in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
For AIDS, an AIDS benefit, right?
Well, it's not. It's just it's a hospital for that houses victims and.
Oh, okay.
And just going to,
Play
kind of
some tunes,
bring some cheer and some smiles into the place.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah, I'm sure you do all right there.
Yeah.
And also the Temple Bar, if you're out in Los Angeles. My brother's actually out in L.A. listening on
you
the
gotta
internet.
Have him come down.
Yeah, he's a guitarist too. So so he called about 4 o'clock. He said he was listening to the show. So hello to everybody out at Rectron out in Rolling Heights in L.A.
Yeah.
And Temple Bar. What's the date out there?
March 26th.
Okay.
And
you gonna do some other stuff out in L.A.?
No, I just kind of, I told myself I was going to book some more shows, and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to really overdo it. And
okay.
Because, I was like, well, I don't want to overdo it before I get ready to do this Europe thing, because it's going to be pretty hectic, and I don't want to spend, just... I need to be preparing myself for that.
Because you make all those contacts there, they're ready to do stuff, and here you are. Well, I'm gonna be away for 3 months.
So I just don't want to burn myself out prior to getting there, because doing work when you don't have have a big company behind you and you're doing tours across from one state to the other, you have to really
everything's got to line up right,
and you got to pace yourself, and it's it's a lot of time strains.
So, you know what we should do? We talked about some giveaways for Urban Misfit.
Oh, yeah.
And we got people on the television network here. Also, they pipe it all through the building here, the dining hall.
Really?
So
Cool.
that's cool.
Right.
And if you're listening out in Radio Land, what do you say? Couple or?
Hey.
First couple callers, we'll see how that goes. Sonnyboy's Urban Misfit, if you call in our phone lines here. 203-254-4111, 254-4111. On campus, it's easy, 4111. Just dial us up direct. We'll take the first couple callers. Free CD to Sonnyboy Urban Misfit. And we'll give them a taste of the record again.
Yeah.
What do you got a preference for it, or that you aren't going to play live, or?
You pick it.
All right. How about we go with Joneson?
Oh.
Going to that? Yeah. Got to cue it up here. Shel Riser is my special guest. Leader of the band, Sonnyboy, out of New York City. We'll come back and talk more with Shel. All right, that is Soul Junkie from Sonnyboy CD, which is Urban Misfit. How you fitting in the big city? Still Misfit, or still?
I'm still the Urban Misfit.
Yeah. Originally from Louisiana and grown up in the Midwest, Milwaukee, and then Minneapolis, and
Mr. Migrant.
And then Europe, yeah. So that's cool. You like moving around and working in different spots, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, of course.
So you can't do it no more, right?
Till these legs won't let me walk anymore.
Right. So how often do you play music and rehearse and stuff like that?
I'm playing every day pretty much. I'm just kind of like, now that I'm kind of gearing up for a new album,
right,
as well. So I'm just kind of, I'm just playing, as much as I can. And then, lately it's been like working with new musicians. You can't, the difficult thing is getting musicians to travel with you. So you can't really so you're always rehearsing new people, so it makes you play a lot. So
can you tell when you bring people in who really listen to your record?
Yeah,
a lot,
right away.
and then
Right
the
away.
ones who kind of did the speed
Right away.
through. Yeah,
Right away.
yeah.
Right away. The speed through is a New York thing, you know.
Oh, okay.
Just get past, you know. It's a wing it thing, you know.
Well, you do. Do you do a lot of studio work, or fair amount?
I work with other artists, you know. I
Right.
do writing for other people. I do session stuff.
Who are some of the people you've been working with on different projects out in New York area?
Just some struggling artists as
Right.
myself. A girl named Melanie. This a couple of hip hop groups.
Does some artists out there blow you away that you're like, when you hear they're doing a show, you make sure you get out there if you don't have a gig yourself?
Yeah, there's this artist that I'm really fond of. Actually, a singer. She's Latino rock singer.
Oh, okay.
And well, I mean, and I hate to put her in that box because she's just
She can just
so
sing, right?
diverse. She's
Yeah.
just can sing, and to me, she's like a mixture of Shaka Khan and I would say
India.
Janis Joplin,
Right.
like and Sophia Ramos, I think is her last name.
Mhm.
Ramos, I think I'm pronouncing it right, but that's one of the artists that I'm kind of fond of. I'm funny that way. I like a lot of groups, but somebody that I'll like go out and see, and I know they'll give me a good show. It'll make
yeah.
make you think about, okay, I better pick my chops up because this girl
Right.
is not joking. Yeah.
So you'd like to work with her on future release? If
No,
possible?
I'm not working with her, but I would surely
You'd like
love
to,
to.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about unlimited budget and people willing to come work together with you? Who would you bring in? What's some wish lists of Shel Riser?
For this next album, I
Uh-huh.
really want to use Stokley Williams from Mint Condition on drums.
Right. So a lot of people just know him up front, but he can tear it up on the drums.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's as good a drummer as Mike Bland is.
Wow. That's high praise. Yeah.
He's just as good, and he just doesn't get recognized that way. So for this new album, I want.
Is he still based out?
Yeah, he's in Minneapolis.
Minneapolis,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's such an underrated artist. It's kind of sad, because he's just like really a brilliant all the way around
And
guy.
the band Mint Condition just haven't been working together anymore, I guess, right? Or,
No, I
still
think
once in a while.
I don't, at this point, I could say I don't know what the deal is. I had heard there was a new album. I know there's a new album recorded. I know that, but I just don't know what the status is at this point. And
Right.
it's kind of like, I'm hoping that these guys will
Yeah.
will hook
Do
up
it.
and give us some of this love, man, because,
Right.
that's what it is,
So you mentioned Stokley on drums.
Yeah.
How about rounding out some other cats that you'd love to have sit in some sessions?
Oh man, my old bass player Ray Coleman. I want to use him on the next album.
What did you dig about his style?
He's almost, if you can imagine Larry Graham with a combination of maybe Michelle and cello.
Wow.
He's
real nasty.
He's
on the
just
bass, yeah.
nasty, man, and he
Right.
just gives me this, this bass stuff that I love,
Is he still out in Twin Cities?
He's in Arizona now.
Okay.
He's in Arizona. He's
Right.
So I think I'm gonna record the album with these guys, and it's kind
How
of.
about Jesse Johnson coming in? I noticed as soon as you
Jesse
start
is a
bearing it for that
monster.
Naked Soul, right?
Johnson is a monster.
Look him up in
Jesse-
L.A. I
Jesse.
think he lives out there now.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Yeah.
His
The Real
cousin
Soul, right?
Rio Andre from Rio
Right,
Soul
right.
is Jesse's cousin.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think what I'll
It
do.
was funny when I sent Rio a playlist of Rio Soul. They were on it, and she says, it's really funny. I'm reading your playlist, and Jesse Johnson's on it, and I'm reading it. And he's downstairs in my family's living room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's,
Yeah. 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 Jay,
say hi to him.
Yeah, JJ is a bad boy, man.
Yeah.
It's
Kind of quiet these days, but,
Yeah.
yeah.
That happens. So
Right.